was fine.
The very first negative review that actually took it from 100% off of Rotten Tomatoes by the second day, it was some Irish article, and his complaint was Black Panther didn't come across enough as a superhero because he didn't fight enough bad guys. That's why he didn't like the movie.
Okay. Hey, I don't know, man.
Well, is that do you think
Well,
that
look,
sounds like something legit?
the Marvel movies have gotten people, uh, like this person in particular, used to seeing a certain formula, and that is,
Hmm.
the hero fights off insurmountable odds to save the day, and there's all this cannon fodder as far as villains go. These nameless, faceless aliens coming from space, or soldiers, robots, whatever, right? And then Black Panther comes along, and it's really just him. The the couple fights he has with Killmonger, and the fight at the beginning when they challenge his throne, and the car chase. But it was fine. It was a good change of pace. What I mostly appreciated about the movie was there wasn't this trend that started with the last couple, Guardians of the Galaxies and Ant-Man, and the second Guardian of the Galaxy and Thor, was that everything's a joke. Nothing is serious.
Hmm.
It's, Thor Ragnarok, the end of everything. This is a joke. This is a comedy movie. You
Hmm.
know, uh,
And I
Guardians of the
enjoyed
Galaxy.
the comedy.
I
A
did
lot of
too, but it was
people
it was starting to get to where it's like, who would be in the face of Surtur, you
making
know,
jokes.
making jokes?
Yeah.
Well, this guy's about to kill you.
Well, probably another god.
Yeah, but
Maybe not a mortal like you and I.
the you know, my, why my son was in the hospital, we watched Guardians of the Galaxy probably
Hmm.
part two probably 100 times.
Hmm.
We were there for a month, so and what I started noticing was there's so many parts of it, like there's a scene with Nebula, and they're giving her a ship, and the guy goes, "Well, what are you going to do?" And she's like, "I'm going to go across the galaxy
Yeah.
and find Thanos, and I'm going to kill him for what he did to me." And she's all serious, and then it cuts to who the director's brother, by the way, and he just goes, "Oh, well, I thought you'd go get something all pretty and make the girl go woo." Completely kills it. Like there's so many like scenes where it's like building up to this, like, okay, yeah, it's serious, and then they kill it with a joke. And
Hmm.
Black Panther stopped that, at least for now. And
Hmm.
who knows? Hopefully, none of that crap happens in Infinity War, uh, where Thanos comes is just trashing everything, and let's just do some comedy,
Yeah. Yeah.
So
You don't want to see Thanos cracking any jokes,
no,
and you
or
don't want him to die in the middle of the movie unexpectedly.
yeah. So I I had no problem with Black Panther. Of course, all the social justice nonsense that people are making this movie out to be. It's a movie, for crying out loud. It's a comic book movie, and if I get heat for this, I don't care. It's not the first black superhero movie. Why it's getting that sort of praise, I don't understand. Like those movies have been around for a long time.
Hmm.
It's just a comic book
Yeah.
movie. It's a
I think
very good comic movie.
what was it? Wesley Snipes tweeted out Blade one, two,
Blade.
three
Yeah.
as the first black Marvel superhero that
Yeah.
was made. Yeah, and you had Spawn. You had others.
Yeah.
Um, what about Red Letter Media? They talked about this movie having its boring parts. Were you bored at all throughout it?
No, I went into it not knowing a whole lot about the character or the world of Wakanda. So to me, I wanted to know what was going on, the history, why they shield themselves away from Earth,
Hmm.
the rest of the Earth rather. And Red Letter Media is, you know, at least they were honest in saying they're getting tired of all these comic book movies, but
Hmm.
they tend to do that where oh, it's a guy in a suit and he fights, and well,
Well,
it's every movie, like it's
they had a problem with the ritual, the fighting ritual. They
yeah.
felt like that could have been just summed up in the opening credits instead of us going. actually seeing the entire ritual, them getting to the place, all the people, the tribes, making their declaration, and then um, the final tribe
See,
fighting it out. They didn't like that.
that's a that's a thing. And had they done that, then they probably would have said, I really like to have seen more of the. So, I mean, in
So
the end,
it's a lose lose.
eh, I mean, they complained about the car chase that it went a little too long. I would say the
Yeah,
car chase did go maybe a smidge too long,
I liked it, but it was
but
all enjoyable.
it was
I would say
entertaining.
it went
Like
too long, but
it was cool, man. Like the
there
the
was
the
there was no.
car not being there, his sister's
Yeah,
driving the car. Like that was cool.
it's a different take.
But yeah, I mean, it was fine. I didn't. I thought there was just the right amount of fighting. The political stuff didn't bother me at all. I mean, the you know, it was weird that they did include the one white character. What was it, CIA guy or something like
Oh
that,
yeah, I call him Mister Frodo,
Mr.
but he's
Frodo.
not. Yeah, no, he's
Yeah,
not. He's Bilbo. He was
Bilbo.
Bilbo in
Yeah,
The
Bilbo.
Hobbit.
You know,
Mister
he was
Bilbo.
he was cool and whatever, but you know, the movie was great.
Yeah, I thought that for it being marketed with the all black cast and black director, black writer, they did a really good job of incorporating Andy Serkis and Bilbo. Martin Freeman is his real name, but it didn't feel like they were tokens or they didn't belong.
Fit naturally. Yeah,
Yeah, it was great, especially when Martin Freeman is inside Wakanda and he's discovering it, and he's just marveling at the technological advance and all that. It was great, and then he ends up helping them fight in the end.
yeah,
I liked all that.
it was good. Yeah. So Red Letter Media, like I said, they tend to undercut a lot of stuff, with just because they're, and again, they openly admit they're not comic fans or anything like that. So it is what it is. But sometimes it's like, come on, guys, like this was a pretty good movie.
People are criticizing the movie for now not giving enough back to the community. People think that the movie should give proceeds and stuff to impoverish communities and neighborhoods. That it should back up the message in the movie.
Didn't I thought I saw a petition where they were gonna like try that with Disney. It's like, go ahead, try that with Disney. This company just spent what $50 billion acquiring Fox and all that. See how that goes.
But
This
why? Why
this is the
this
same
movie?
corporation. You go to their theme park, a bottle of water is like $8 or something. You think you're gonna get some of that money? I mean, come on. Now, should they? Who knows, right? Maybe they should,
But they don't
donate.
ask any other
I
movie to
know,
do that.
I know.
No other
That's
movie
that's the thing.
have I seen people get in an uproar and make petitions and lists and create all this controversy of how a movie should give back. No other movie. They didn't ask that of Nottingham Hill. They didn't ask that of Freddy versus Jason. They didn't ask that of anything else. The hell? Why
Did
this
they?
movie?
Yeah, I don't think they asked that of the X Men movie, the Holocaust
No,
survivors, right? So
no,
I mean,
no.
it. This one has really brought out some weird, this weird age that we're in, where everyone is entitled, everyone wants something for nothing, and it's like, you know, and who's to say Disney doesn't already kind of have programs like that where they
Yeah.
maybe donate some money here and there, you know. I I don't know what to say about that. That's you know, I especially liked who one of the actors who said that this is what Africa would have turned out to be like had the white colonists never showed up, and it's like, dude,
But
okay.
yeah, because vibranium isn't real, and they also got alien technology. But they also, at the same time, you have people who really think Hogwarts is real.
Yeah, I
So
know.
it's on both sides. I don't
It's
get it.
whatever.
I stay out
It's
of it.
entertaining. I don't get offended by any of this stuff. It's all funny to me. It's all entertaining. How serious it gets taken, and in the end, it's just a comic book movie. A
Any
very good one.
Any complaints at all? Any nitpickings on your end at all that you were sitting there thinking, eh?
I was very, very, very glad that they took out that weird noise that was in the trailer when he's flipping from car to car.
I was listening for it. I
They
was
took it
listening
out.
for it.
Thank God, because that I was gonna critique that because that sounded horrible. And
Eric Killmonger, where does he rank among Marvel villains?
well, he ranks as far as purpose.
Sure, in character and
I think
just
he's
likability.
up there. I would have to take a. I mean, now he dies, so he's a typical villain in that sense.
Mm.
But as far as motivation and having a reason for doing, I mean, I can't think of another guy because he, again, he's the Marvel movies is just guys being bad because they want to or they have the money to or whatever. Um, he ranks up there with like Magneto. Guys like,
Yeah,
and he's not really wrong, but
right,
shouldn't
right.
be tearing apart the Golden Gate Bridge to prove your point.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, um, so he definitely ranks up there with it's like I started feeling sympathy for him
Right.
once that plot started to unravel, and it's like, man, he's got a point, and he won the fight fair and square. Because I was thinking like he's gonna cheat or something, and he
Hmm.
did. He won
Yeah.
straight up
Yeah.
won.
Just stronger.
So yeah, so I mean that was all good in my opinion. Um, I would say he ranks higher. I mean, the Vulture was another good one that I thought from Spider-Man: Homecoming.
Again, a villain with a good backstory, a good reason to
And
be
it
bad.
tied back into the universe of you know after the Avengers movies, like what happened to all that crap that's all over New York City. Well, then you
Mm.
have a guy like the Vulture who's taking it. So yeah, that's a good question. What do you think about him?
Loved him. Oh, I was getting watery eyed sometimes because I felt I felt what he was feeling, and I understood where he was coming from. This kid, he was abandoned, father killed. He knows the country that killed him. He had a vendetta. He had a point to prove, and it almost reflected real life in some instances. But I was expecting, just because of the actor, I was expecting, and him coming from Fan Four Stick. I was expecting that. I was expecting wooden acting, just same old stuff we get from him. But no, he was compelling. He was
I,
good.
yeah, I think again, I think he was motivated
You
by the
wanted him to turn good at the end.
yeah. Well, I think the actor Michael B. Jordan, I think he was motivated by the failure of Fan Four Stick. So like,
Mm,
he probably took some of those criticisms to heart,
mm.
and he did great, man.